Hi, Sandy. I'm just curious why you think the team that beat the Aces 3 times in August isn't here, and why is it so difficult for that team to be here and performing how they did?
Great question. I think first thing, Vegas are playing their best basketball at the moment. They're playing with a lot of confidence. You see the chemistry that they have. And for us, we haven't taken steps forward. We haven't shown it. We haven't been, we're disappointed, very disappointed, because we're a way better team than what we showed. So I don't know why. Is it because of our opponent? Possibly. But we're better than this. So the challenge is to go home and to win on Sunday.
And JJ, for you, I'm just curious why you think the group is falling as short as you are.
I mean, like Sandy said, we have to respond. I think things are just a little too easy for them. Honestly, I think we have to dig deeper, be a little bit tougher, make things a little bit harder, and come out with some more grit.
Check. Okay, third row to your left.
Hey Sandy, almost building a little bit off of what Jonquel said. Does this feel like a really good offensive team that was just really hot tonight, or were you disappointed in how you guys played them defensively?
Look, we didn't really execute anything we wanted to. Everything was too easy. We wanted physicality. We wanted to be disruptive. And we tried that, though it's cool. We didn't have any toughness. Their movement, obviously, they move extremely well. That was tough for us. They passed the ball extremely well. They got playmakers everywhere. But we had no resistance, and that's what I'm disappointed about, is that we didn't compete. We didn't, like JJ said, there was no grit. And we talked about it, from first game. We know how to fight. We just had a real tough series against Connecticut. Yes, a different team, but we played way harder there. And so we've got to find some urgency, we've got to take some pride in playing better than what we did. No one's at all very happy or satisfied with how we played these last 2 games.
Second row to your right.
You guys made a run entering halftime. What kind of happened in that third quarter, and was it something the Aces did, or just you guys weren't able to find your shot?
Yeah, no, I think, we talked about it. We fought hard, but, it's a long game. I was proud of the effort to that second quarter. We found a way for a little bit of grit, and, obviously JJ, we found it, going to her inside. Third quarter, things were too easy. And we talked about, this is the third quarter, let's execute. It's about possession games, getting stops, but we didn't have quality of anything. We missed some shots, and we missed some open ones, but every open one they had, they made. They're backbreakers, but we have to have more resiliency, and we will at home. We're going home, it's going to be a great crowd. We have to prove to ourselves that we're a better team than what we showed these last 2.
Next question, staying in the second row to the right.
Hey, over here. Stewie, just, how do you explain the start, and just how are you reflecting on this?
Bad. No, I think it's disappointing. Obviously, we still have a lot of basketball left to be played, but this is the finals, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be ready to go from the start of the game to the start of the third quarter. We keep putting ourselves in these positions where we have to fight back, and we need to be better, and we need to take a look from within and figure it out, and we'll figure it out together. But as frustrating as it is, we still have an opportunity, and we're still here. We're in the finals, and like Sandy said, we're going home for game 3, and we're gonna fight, and we're gonna put it all on the line, and we're gonna do whatever we can do to get that win.
Next question, third row left.
Yeah, Coach, that first quarter, sort of to follow up on that, it just seemed like they think they shot 70%. What was it about that quarter that it just seemed like sort of set the tone for this game?
Yeah, look, we spoke about how bad we started off in the last game in the first quarter, and the same thing happened. It's more like, oh my God, is this game 1 again? We talked about transition defense, no one was matched up on anyone. You know, and that's a mental thing, and we just gotta do it, get back. You know, our guards struggled out there tonight. Their guards could do whatever they wanted. And when that's happening, I mean, they just got confidence. And obviously you got, you know, Kia shoots some threes in the corner, and they're feeling good. You know, Asia gets one, you know, they're feeling really good. They're just moving the ball, but they were open. You know, we didn't get as many open shots tonight because they wanted it more than us. And I don't know, you know, we'll search for answers, but I know we're way better than that. And, you know, it's our opportunity to show that in game 3.
We have a few more questions from the room and then a couple on Zoom. Next question all the way to the back, to your left.
JJ, I know just before the series we talked a little about reaching back to last year's finals. Well, you went down 2-0 last year. You went back to Connecticut and beat this team by 29 points. Is there something that you remember from that you could take from that maybe? And like Stewie said, going back to New York, where you guys have dominated, and sort of combine all that. Is there something you remember from that you could use?
Yeah, just digging deep, making the game hard for them. A lot of similarities are just like them being able to just get the ball in easy situations and the back doors and different stuff like that. And I think we just muck the game up and play with a different level of physicality, and that's what it's going to take. This team is too good to be able to get easy buckets. They make contested buckets already. So we got to sit down, we got to play defense, and we got to make it hard.
Next question, front row to your left.
Sandy, when you look at how the Aces move the ball and just have those moments when they're, like, all 5 players are touching it and they're just rolling, and the moments of when your team was struggling, have you thought, or do you think that the experience playing together that the Aces have versus the lack of experience playing together that your team has been a factor this series, or?
Oh, definitely. They're a champion. They're the champions from last year. They rise to the occasion, and they all did. We couldn't even limit anyone. I think that helps with their chemistry, and you think they do things really sharply. They know where they're going to be and where they're going to be open and who's coming off and the extra screening. And you know, the pace that they played at just had us on circles really. But you know, we've shown that we're capable of that. But I think their defense really took a step up too. I mean, their physicality bothered us. So we have to be smarter too when we need to make strong cuts, you know, not just soft cuts, violent cuts, so we can actually draw people, setting better screens, where just the little details to help us get open. So they're things that are all controllable and that we'll look at. We preached it in this game, but hopefully next game, you know, some of the things we talked about we'll be better at, and we'll put up a better resistance.
All right, one more question from the room, and then we have time for just a couple on Zoom. Next question, second row center.
Sandy, after a game like this, I guess, what kind of message do you try to give in the locker room, you know, right now?
I mean, I wasn't happy. It's more like, you know, that's, you know, I challenged him probably more than anything, that we're going back to our home court and we want to play well in front of our home fans. So I challenged him to be better, because I know we are better. And you know, so that's the challenge individually and collectively for us to regroup, be pissed off with this effort, and then come back and show that we can fight in front of our home crowd. It's going to be a great crowd, and we played well at home, so hopefully use their energy and you know, just steal one, just get the next one. Let's just put 40 minutes together.
We're going to turn to Zoom, and I just want to give fair warning, we're not going to be able to get to everybody on Zoom with the question, but we're going to start with VP, and we're going to be followed by Howard. VP, go ahead.
Coach, just one for you. You mentioned that there were some shot opportunities that weren't really contested by Vegas, but there were also a lot of contested jump shots that they made at the end of the shot clock, and really shooters that aren't really used to hitting threes from the outside, like Wilson and Stokes. So how much do you kind of attribute that to the Vegas just saying, hey, they're just really showcasing some elite shot making in the series so far? Yeah,
they're great players. Like I said, we have a lot of respect to them. This is some of the best players in our league that here, and you see the chemistry that they have. They know where everyone is. And I could live with the contested one. I know Chelsea dribbled both sides of the block and shot over, I think, Stewie or someone, and I was like, okay, you can live with that, because at least we competed and stayed in place. It was the ones where we lacked the communication and the execution, and we just left people open because we didn't compete hard enough. They're the ones that are unacceptable. But they have a lot of confidence, so we know this is not going to be easy. But we've just got to make sure that they're shooting way more contested shots than open ones.
Thank you.
Howard, you're up.
Sandy, in multiple wins in August, you got more than 40 points in a single game from Sabrina and Courtney combined. They've gotten a total of 36 over these first 2 games in total. What is changing what Vegas is doing against them, and how much more do you need from them, not only for those shots, but also to open up things for Stewart, for Jonquel, and for your other players?
Yeah, it helps. I mean, you saw their team, if they've got multiple players scoring, it opens up for the next person. So right now, you know, these 2 players had to carry a heavy load for us and getting a lot of attention and not giving them really clear shots. If we can make some outside shots, that kind of opens it up a little bit. And, you know, Sabrina and Sluty have had really good seasons for us. You know what I mean? We know what they're capable of. And now it's just, you know, them coming in and, you know, just seeing the ball go through the hole. I think that certainly helps. And, you know, we can help with, you know, some screening. They're going under, obviously, on Sluty a fair bit. We've got to set better screens that we need to keep getting points in the paint, you know, getting downhill and getting some easy ones there to get them some confidence. And that helps with the threes, isn't it? Because usually they overhelp and you can find open players, but they scrambled well. They played with urgency, which is what you expect in a final. But we're capable of putting up 100 too. So we just got to stay confident, but we're going to have to fight.
Thank you. Jonquel, Sandy, Breanna, thank you.
Thank you.